Whoa! The place to get back together!
What you're seeing looks like a battle.
Everyone's shouting, but no one's angry.
To understand what's happening, you must know the story behind the bamboo.
They're pushing, this is it! This is not fighting, this is something much more old.
And today, we'll find out why.
Today we are in Munggu Village where the bamboo starts its journey.
Before the clash comes the preparation.
They told me that the bamboo needs to be chosen carefully, not too heavy and not too weak.
Every bamboo has a team, and every team has pride.
Some of the older guys told me that they don't push randomly. Aim for the strongest position and sometimes push 2 towers so they become a giant one. And before everything starts, they make a blessing.
Mekotek doesn't begin with noise. It begins with quiet.
It's like calm before the storm.
And soon, the storm arrives.
They're lifting, it's starting now. That is to be safe.
But before we understand the clash, we have to go back to a very old story. Long ago, Munggu faced a time of fear. People became sick, and no one knew why. So the village was scared. They believed something dark moved through the village at night. So the men lifted bamboo to protect their homes. When the poles clashed, the fear disappeared. By morning, the sickness was gone. So Mekotek started as courage.
Wow, that's a big crowd.
The first push is never the strongest, but it tells you how the day will go.
Whoa. Oh, what is gonna fall? It's gonna fall.
To see the real clash,
Oh.
you follow the sound.
Oh, it's scary. Oh. Oh, it's fall. Oh, everyone's crowding up. Oh, it fell. They're not fighting each other. They're fighting to stay together. Whoa! Now it's a forest of sticks. Oh, all of them are gonna fall. Oh, they're putting it together again. 44 times.
This is the moment the village waits for, the giant tower.
I almost jumped out of my shoes.
When the bamboo grows too tall, someone has to help it stay together, and then they move as one. This is where courage becomes louder than fear. The giants have clashed, but Mekotek is not over yet.
In dust of the fading day, when the shouting drifts away, all the fear that once stood tall falls beside the bamboo wall. Every heart that gathered here turned their courage into cheer, and the sound of bamboo's cry.
Mekotek begins with fear, but ends with togetherness.
Everything gets suddenly calm. Nobody wins, nobody loses. So the clash is not a fight, it's a promise. A promise to protect each other, no matter how loud it gets.
The bamboo isn't to hurt, it's to remind the village of courage.
And today I saw that courage with my own eyes.
Walks as one underneath the setting sun.
Fear once walked through Munggu, but the village stood together.
Now I want to understand how this thing actually works. They told me that the bamboo needs to be straight and not too soft. Bamboo, fight, come on, wait. Fight, come closer. Fight, bamboo, fight. Bamboo, fall down. Bamboo, fight, bamboo, fight. Oh.
With a promise, they still learn that the courage of the past in their hearts will always last.